Hey, hello and welcome. You're listening to the Evolvepreneur Secrets Show for entrepreneurs, and I'm your host, Brian Silverthorne. And it's my mission to help entrepreneurs make a difference and to also navigate the often messy worlds of startup and growth and relaunch. And today we're going to dig deep with our special guest and get you some great concepts and strategies to fast track your business. And our special guest today is Naomi Gora, and Naomi runs Brand Whisperers, a personality driven brand agency that helps business owners tap into their own unique way of doing business. Welcome to the show, Naomi.
Thanks, Brian. It's good to be here.
Good to have you. So, where are you hanging out today?
I'm in Tasmania, Australia, so
Oh,
nearly as close to Antarctica as you can get.
oh my, that's way down south then,
Way
huh?
down on a tiny little island.
Wow. That's, is that where the Tasmanian devil lives? So
Yes, it is.
good to know. Uh, okay, so let's. I like the name Brand Whisperers. What inspired you to get into this business?
Um, what inspired me to get into this business is I got a marketing degree out of university many years ago. And then I went back and got my design qualifications. And I just really had, as I went through the corporate world, I worked for really big companies. And as I went through that, I discovered that I really loved the smaller businesses, really loved seeing people with a passion get up and make their dreams come true and do the things that they want to do and not be stifled in the big corporate world. There's so many people in there going, I love what I do, but I really want to do it my own way. But then when you get into the small business world, it's often people find it's a bit different to what they expected. So that's what made me do what I do is help them get through that part.
Well, good. Yeah. So that you run into the unexpected, which creates challenges that you're helping them through. So
Yes.
what was your biggest challenge when you first got started in this new venture?
Oh, well, I found that as an introvert, I found the extroverted world of sales and marketing and business a bit confronting. And I really just felt like I'd lost my feet. Like I didn't know how to make it work. I was struggling to get customers and get things flowing. And then one day I happened across my personality type and I read a lot about it and about the way that I make decisions and about the way I show up in the world. And then I saw a graph. It was a graph that changed everything. It was all the personality types in order of business success and income. And my personality type was at the bottom of the list. So instead of making me give up and say, well, I should be doing something different, I went, I can use that. I can figure that out. Why is it that my personality type struggles so much? And so then I went on a mission to understand all the personality types and how they show up in business and how they can best show up in business and use their own genius state to get quicker and better success in business.
That's great. That's interesting to me because I've been big into behavioral styles and different folks, and I think it's not the behavioral style so much that holds them back. It's that they don't know it and understand it and learn how to adapt properly as they
Navigate
move
it.
forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. And once you know yourself, then you know, oh, well, I'm great at these things. I'm not so great at these things. Suddenly you're not a failure at business. Suddenly you've got a path to go, well, I'm going to avoid these things and hone in on these other things instead.
Yep, excellent. That's the best way to do it. Take advantage of your strengths. So,
Yeah.
do you have the same challenges now or different challenges?
Oh, different challenges. Isn't it funny? When you first start out in business, your challenge is I just need customers. That's all I need. And once I have that dialed in, everything will be okay. But I found as you go through the process, there's just new challenges.
Any
So
any
my personality type often struggles with logistics. So the operation, many things happening at once, project management, and that sort of thing. So as my business has grown, getting help around the project management side has been really important. It was a challenge that I didn't expect.
Yeah, well, good. Well, again, you got to recognize them and deal with them. So are the challenges that you're dealing with now, are they hindering you in any way from achieving any revenue goals that you may have?
I think I've got it quite dialed in now. I've figured out where my strengths are. My process for my personality type is to offer people really good service. So make the service an experience and make it so special that they want to tell other people about me. So it's I call it using your customers as your marketing team. So once I had that figured out, everything just started to roll a lot easier. So for my personality type, referrals and using other people's audiences are usually the strategy to go with. And once you've got that dialed in, everything starts to fall into place.
Oh, good, good. So you've got a plan for overcoming your challenges, and you're on track for revenue goals for this particular year.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, exactly. And that for a long time, earlier in the piece, seemed like it might never happen. And it's actually something that I see. So I work with a lot of startups, so businesses in their first 2, 3, 4 years. And as I've seen people grow their own businesses, one, I think they don't expect it to take as long as it does. But also once they start to get there and they understand themselves, they're like, I knew in the back of my head all the time what I should be doing, but I was listening to all this other information and I got confused, but I knew the whole time that I should have been doing it this way. And that's what we try and help people do at Brand Whisperers, is really tap into that at the beginning and set them up on that path from the beginning, rather than getting 3 or 4 years in and figuring it out after they've tried 10 things that didn't work.
Yeah, well, speaking as someone who's gone down multiple wrong paths, the service you're offering is a very beneficial one. So let's you talked a bit about your clients and kind of turning them into advocates for you, which I'm a firm believer in. But who is your ideal client, and how can they find you?
Oh, fantastic. Yes. My ideal clients are people that have left the corporate world. They've had enough of the corporate world, and there's been a dream ticking away in the back of their head for a long time that they wanted to run their own business, and they've finally gone out and done it. And so and it could be in any industry. I work with people from therapists to tech SaaS companies to product businesses. I've got a linen company client. So it's across a range of industries. And it's one of the things that I love, that I never know what interesting industry and client is going to come my way. But the main thing is that they want to do things unique their way. And they find that the traditional way of doing business, like the really extroverted, loud, sell yourself really strongly, just doesn't fit with them, and they can't figure that out. So I help them find that path, and they can come to my website, brandwhisperers.com.au, and take our quiz and find out what business personality type they are, and we'll have some hints and tips for them to figure out their strengths, some of the things that they most likely find challenges with, and how to get past that.
Excellent. So you mentioned earlier, people think if I get customers, my problems are over, but you still need customers. You still need clients. So
Yes.
what method of client attraction is working best for you?
Definitely referrals. So 70% of my business comes from referrals. And then the rest I top up with wonderful podcasts like this. So again, using other people's audiences, people that know how to build audience as well. My personality type tends to like to form really deep, close bonds with a small network. So I'm not a big community builder. There are personality types that are, the really big community builders. So I make friends with them, and they then help me tap into a few other people that I can work with closely and deeply and get to know really well.
Excellent. Sounds like a great strategy, and it seems to be working for you. So congratulations on that.
Thanks,
So,
Brian.
so once you have a customer, you got to keep them. So what's your best customer retention method?
Oh, it might sound a bit trite or silly, but it's just be a good human, look after people, take an interest in who they are. After you've done the service, follow up with them and see how they're going. When you see, so I'm obviously a lot in the business and marketing world. So whenever I see a new tool or a new software or a podcast, for example, that one of my clients could benefit from, I reach out and I help them. So it might sound simple, and that may be specifically because I'm in the service industry. Product industries may be different, but yeah, that's what I found. It's as simple as that.
Well, it may sound like it's overly simple, but it's absolutely the best way to do it. Just do the right thing and treat people right, and they'll stay with you and they'll say good things about you. So that's excellent advice for everybody. And I think I'm going to use that piece of advice as the closing for our episode today. So that's a wrap on another great guest episode of the Evolvepreneur Secrets Show for entrepreneurs. And just before you leave, if you like it, please give us a 5-star review and maybe share it with a couple of friends. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on any episodes in the future or catch up on some past episodes, go to evolvepreneursecrets.show. And if you're an entrepreneur and you got a great idea in your head, let's get it out there today. Thanks.